We've been camping a few times already this year. I love camping. But sooner or later, you gotta get around to wondering why it is we still go camping. In this day and age, in our society, it's not really necessary anymore. Well, I guess unless your startup business never made it too big to fail and your house is being foreclosed on by some bailed out bank. But for the most part, it's still recreational. So why do we do it? To pretend like we're living in the woods for a few days, like a gnome that hasn't been assigned a suburbanite garden yet? We don't sleep like we're living in the woods. We bring a tent to protect us from the elements and a sleeping bag to pad the hard ground. We don't eat like we're living in the woods. We're not foraging for berries or trying to catch animals with tactics learned from tired Saturday morning cartoons. We bring mess kits and lighters and food from a store. I know some of you are thinking to yourselves right now, we bring a camper. Well, I got news for you, that's not camping. That's merely ditching out on the mailman. Or attending a trailer home slumber party. No, if you're truly camping, then there's only one activity I can think of that we don't bring extra equipment along to make the experience more like at home. So it's not really about living in the woods. It's about shitting in them. No, pooping in the pines. Taking a grumpy like the grizzlies. Birthing a bear bomb, dropping a deuce next to a spruce. There's a veritable buttload of other euphemisms for number two that I didn't use. Mostly because they didn't alliterate, rhyme, or translate well to the setting. For instance, dropping the Codsby kids in a shallow wilderness grave is both racist and just generally alarming. So, what is this desire to shit in the woods? I think maybe the primal side of our psyche still desires the combination of physical relief and anticipational terror. The purging of toxic chemicals mixed with the fear of anything mammal witnessing you at your most vulnerable and ridiculous. Bent over, squatting, looking over your shoulder, wide-eyed like a dog. I'd probably do this even if I were camping by myself. Because it's more instinctual than anything. And I never camp by myself. Because it's just dangerous. I don't care if you're an Eagle Scout or Bear Grylls or John effing Rambo. Over a long enough period of time alone in the woods, one of three things will happen to you. You get eaten by a bear, you get eaten by a mountain lion, and this is by far the most likely, you get raped by Bigfoot. I shouldn't have to clarify that the latter is the worst of the three, but the only upside to it is that you no longer have to worry about the other two. Because after you've been raped by Bigfoot, there isn't an animal in all the woods, not even a percentar, that'll come near you. They can smell it.